What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I want to discuss how to increase your tolerance for pain, difficulty, suffering, all the things that you're going to experience on your fitness journey and on your personal development journey that are going to tend to make you want to give up. The human brain is wired to feel those things, to feel difficulty, to feel uncertainty, to feel stress, and retreat, when in reality that is a green flag that you should move towards those things, that you should lean into it. Because as much as I know your alarm in your brain is probably sounding off that you need to quit, that this isn't for you, that you need another plan, that you need to try something else, that is it trying to stop you from growing. And if you want growth and if you care about being successful in terms of how your body looks and just who you are as a person, you have to be able to rewire your brain to look at that, to look at challenges, to look at change, to look at the things that make you uncomfortable and run towards them rather than away. That is a mindset shift that I think a lot of people are being quite delusional about, because I used to be, right? I used to let my brain let me off the hook and trick me out of doing anything difficult because I was lazy and I didn't want to change and it was uncomfortable and I was scared. And I think that a lot of people do that. You know, I'm a coach, so I talk to people almost every single day about this kind of thing. And that mindset that I'm describing right now is 99% of the time unbeknownst to them. And on top of that, it's really hard to navigate how to get out of it. And it can be very deceiving to see something that traditionally would be a red flag and then run towards it. But if there's anything that I could wish to scream at my younger self, it would be that. Lean into and explore the things that make you uncomfortable, the things that challenge you, because that's telling you information about yourself. At the end of the day, if you want to achieve anything, it can all boil down to the data. It can become analytical. You look at all the things that tend to make you give up, that tend to make you feel a certain way, and it will tell you exactly what you need to develop to be able to get to the next level. One of the biggest things in transforming your physique is understanding yourself. Why do you do the things that you do, and what leads you to do those things? And I have learned this on my journey, and as well as coaching people through this. Now, this video is going to be more of a conversational, raw talk style kind of video because I'm personally experiencing my own mental rut right now, and I want to talk it out in real time with you guys. So if you're going through the same thing, depending on where you're at right now, I want you to know that you can do it and give you actionable things to help you tackle this and end up being able to reach that next level that you're working towards. And that kind of leads me into the main driver that's going to be able to help increase that capacity that you have for stress, pain, difficulty, all that. Because the more you increase that tolerance, the further you're going to be able to go. The most successful people, the people that have got it all figured out, are the people who understand that they can have a hard day, that they can go through something difficult and still move forward, that they're not going to retreat, because they understand that those challenges are what develop them into the person that they're trying to become and into becoming a better person every single day. And that's the sole difference between the people that have it, the dream physique, the life, the mindset, and the people that don't. It's their perception of challenges, of change, of discomfort, of pain, of suffering, and what they decide to do when they encounter it. The people that don't have it, the people that struggle, are the ones that have a very small capacity to be able to handle that kind of stuff, and the first sight of discomfort, they turn around and they run. Whereas the people that have it understand that that is what develops them into the person who has what they want in the future. They understand that anytime they're feeling discomfort, it's because they're being challenged. That is the key mindset shift that I made that has led me to where I am today, and it's something that I shift within all of my clients for them to be able to get sustainable results and keep them consistent for more than a month. And so now I want to talk about that tolerance for discomfort and how to build it up so that you can actually move forward. Because at the end of the day, it really is like a muscle, and it can be trained as such. And so let's think about absolutely anything ever, okay? Let's think about absolutely anything ever. Everything that happens has to have incentive to do so, okay? Think about a workplace. Why do employees work? Well, they're incentivized with money. Why does muscle grow? They're incentivized through exercise. If you go to the gym and you're training, your body will have incentive to grow muscle because it sees you every single week going out there trying to put up the weight. So it's thinking that it needs to do so in order to survive. Same thing with fat loss. Fat loss occurs when you're eating in a calorie deficit, but why does fat loss happen? Because your body is incentivized to burn the fat you have stored on you because you're not eating enough. So that's what you have to understand. If you want to increase that tolerance within your mindset, you have to give it the incentive to do so. In order to incentivize your brain to grow that tolerance you have for discomfort, you have to challenge it. Same way you do in the gym. I would do anything to be able to go back to my younger self and tell her to her face that you need to intentionally push yourself every single day or you will regret it. And what do I mean by regret it? Well, I mean exactly what I said at the beginning of this video when I was in a mental rut, right? I'm in a mental rut right now. Why? Because I stopped challenging myself, because I got comfortable, because I let my brain do the little tricks where it, lets you off the hook and tricks you into being lazy and doing all those things. And now look where I am, right? Experiencing a mental rut. And younger me, she would turn around and be like, "Oh man, this is just one of those phases. I'm just depressed right now. I'm just gonna take it easy, take a chill pill, relax, do whatever, no big deal. I'll get back to it when I feel good, when I feel motivated." And I wish I could go back and tell her that it's in moments like this when you're experiencing that rut that you have to continue to move forward and challenge yourself every day, because the lack of the challenge, the lack of the incentive for you to grow is exactly what led for you to be stagnant. I don't say you should consistently challenge yourself because I'm a coach and that's what they all say. I say it because if you do not consistently challenge yourself, you will have no incentive to grow. And then you'll become stagnant, and then you'll start to feel depressed, and then you'll start to feel lazy, then you'll start to fall off, and then you'll start to let yourself go, and then you'll wonder in a few months down the road when you look in the mirror, how the fuck you let yourself get like this. If there's anything that I could tell you about increasing this tolerance, it's that it's as simple as giving your brain an incentive to do so. However, the implementation is difficult. It is not easy to willingly challenge yourself, to willingly push yourself into difficult things every single day. That's not easy. It requires a lot of mental energy, it requires a lot of physical energy, and it requires a lot of intention. But if you don't, and if you let that go, you will experience just as much pain as you're reluctant to go through now in moving forward. And so if you let yourself go, and if you stop challenging yourself, and if you get complacent, you will begin to feel depressed. You will begin to feel unhappy. You will begin to feel all those things, feel like you let yourself go, feel like you're insecure and you're not confident anymore. And that's because you decided to stop challenging yourself because you got complacent. I don't care if it's a small win or a big win, but you have to learn how to be okay to move forward during chaos and consistently challenge yourself even when you're in these tough points. Because every time you challenge yourself, you are developing a part of you into the person who then possesses what you want. Because if you think about it, the person you are now does not have the things that you want. And so in order to have those things, instead of focusing on external factors, focus on developing yourself to become the person who possesses that. Because there are people out there who possess the things that you want, but the attributes that they have are ones that you don't. It really is as simple as showing yourself, wait, I can fail and I am still breathing. I am still okay. Wait, I can try and do something difficult, do something that I thought I couldn't do, and actually do the damn thing. That is everything that I have today, guys. Again, I just wanted to hop on here and have a quick conversation with you guys to help you get through tough times and ultimately become more disciplined and mentally strong. If you want me to be your coach and coach you through this directly to ultimately build your dream physique, I will leave the link to book a call below and we'll see if we're a good fit. As always, guys, don't forget to do hard shit and be confident, but most importantly, remember how much I love you guys. If you have any questions at all, go ahead and DM me on Instagram and I'll get back to you with a voice message or drop them down in the comments below. I love you guys and I will see y'all in the next video.